So the market's been on an absolute tear lately. It seems like every day I'm getting new notifications that stocks are at all-time highs. And with all this positivity going on, I decided to make a video called 3 Stocks I Regret Buying and the Lessons I Learned from Them. So first, before we get into that, I have an investment blog where I write about different stocks, my investing strategies, and you can subscribe to it right now, link in bio or description, for free. It doesn't cost anything. So make sure to do that right now. Click the link in bio or description and subscribe to my investment blog. And now let's get to the stocks. So first, the first stock I regret buying is AST Space Mobile Incorporated, ticker ASTS. And this is a stock that a lot of people do really like. And I'm not saying the stock will not eventually recover. I'm not saying it will either. But when I bought ASTS, it was at $10 a share, and it's currently at around $3 a share. So, obviously that was not a good decision. And even if the stock does end up bouncing back, it still isn't a good decision because I could have bought at $3 if I would have waited just a little bit longer. So the lesson that I learned from buying this stock is that high risk, high reward often fails. And the reason I say that is because when I bought the stock, I remember saying, I was like, this stock is either going to, 10x or go to zero. There is no in between. And even though I was saying that, I didn't really think that it actually would fall down that much. I knew it's high risk, high reward, but I thought it'd be work out. It hasn't so far. The company has faced a lot of dilution to the actual shareholders. They're having to raise a ton of money because they're losing a ton of money. And even though the stock, could eventually become a really good company, currently, it's not having a good time at all. So I definitely learned that, high risk, high reward does not always work out or even most of the time work out. And the second stock I regret buying is Funko Incorporated, ticker FNKO. And the reason I regret buying this stock is because when I looked at the stock, I thought it was trading really low relative to their earnings, and they were increasing earnings every year, and I really liked that. And the lesson I learned from buying the company is that pigs get slaughtered. So I'm sure most of y'all have heard the investing quote, bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered. And that was definitely what I learned from buying Funko, because when I did buy it, it was actually a really good decision. I bought it and the stock ended up going up 50%. I was really ahead on my investment. But instead of selling it while I was already very much in the profit, I decided to hold it because I thought it could go up even more. And it didn't. It ended up crashing down completely and is now trading 60% below when I actually bought it. And if I would just sold it when I was way up on the company, I would have cashed out and made a good amount of money off of it, but instead, I'm now very much in the negative. So that's the lesson I learned from that, is that pigs get slaughtered. And the third stock I regret buying is Orchid Island Capital, ticker ORC. And the lesson I learned from buying this stock is that you need to do your own research. And the reason I say this, when I bought this company, I was very early into investing. I hadn't invested that much money. I was still looking at stocks to actually put money in. And one of my friends suggested this stock because he was buying it, and they offer a really good dividend. And I looked at the stock, and I looked at what analysts were saying, and most analysts were actually giving this stock a really good rating. There was a lot that gave it a strong buy, a lot gave it a buy, and I instantly bought the company, didn't do any research on it at all. But because my friend suggested it and because analysts were suggesting it, I started buying shares of the company. And that stock is also down around 60% from when I actually bought it. So the lesson I learned from that is do my own research, actually look at the company financials, which should have been obvious to me at that time. And now, I don't buy any stock without researching it for hours and hours before I even, place a single dollar into the actual company. So those are 3 stocks that I regret buying and the 3 lessons that I've learned from it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and thank you so much for watching.